Okay, so recently Samsung rolled out Samsung's One UI 9.2 based on Android 17, and recently OnePlus have also rolled out OxygenOS 16.1 for OnePlus smartphones. So in this video, let's do a detailed comparison about both the operating system and find out which one is better. So here on the table we have both the smartphones. Towards the left hand side we have OnePlus 13 and towards the right hand side we have Samsung S26 Ultra. If I show you here, going to about section, this device is running 16.1, though the version says 16.0.7, but it's based on 16.1. If you take a look at Samsung S26 Ultra, this device is running the first beta of Samsung's One UI 9.0. I still see many users saying that animations have improved a lot on Samsung devices since One UI 8.5. So guys, let me clear one thing over here. Animations are still best on OnePlus smartphones, or you can also consider Oppo devices. Along with those really good transitions too. You consider pull down of notification panel or control panel, live capsule animations while closing the applications. Even with the app opening and closing, animations are way better on OxygenOS 16.1. Consider folder opening, opening of widgets, or just scrolling inside the applications. The animations are really good on OnePlus smartphones if you compare it side by side with Samsung's One UI 9.0 animations. First, let's start with the lock screen, guys. See, on OxygenOS 16.1, I personally like the new charging animation which was recently introduced with OxygenOS 16. They did not make any kind of changes in the charging animation with One UI 9.0. A short break, TechieBee family. Imagine being stuck with a dead battery or a flat tire in the middle of nowhere. Well, this compact gadget can literally solve both the problem. This is Agaro's Regal jump starter with built-in tire inflator. And honestly, every car owner should probably keep one of these inside their vehicle. So this is basically a 2-in-1 emergency gadget that works as a powerful tire inflator and also a car jump starter. It comes with a massive 10,000 mAh battery, supports up to 150 psi inflation, has a digital display, LED flashlight, and even more nozzles for different use cases. The design actually looks pretty rugged and premium. You get this large display on the front that shows tire pressure, battery level, and different modes in real time. Now, talking about the tire inflator feature, this thing can inflate car tires, motorcycles, bicycles, and even basketball. You simply connect the nozzle, set your desired PSI, and it automatically starts inflating. Super useful during road trips or emergency situations where finding an air pump quickly isn't possible. But the craziest feature here is definitely the jump starter functionality. If your car battery dies unexpectedly, the Agaro Regal can safely jumpstart 12-volt vehicle, including cars, SUVs, and bikes. It also comes with smart battery clamp offering multiple safety protections like short circuit protection, reverse connection protection, over voltage protection, and temperature protection. Even if you're not very experienced with car batteries, it still feels safe and easy to use. You also get a built-in LED flashlight with flashlight and SOS mode, which can genuinely help during nighttime emergencies. And since it's compact, you can easily store it in your car without taking much space. This feels one of those gadgets you may not need every day, but when you actually need it, it could literally save your trip. So yes, purchase links can be found in the description below. Now let's get back to the video. See, one biggest change what OnePlus have done with OxygenOS 16.1, and that's related to the live alerts, or you can say live activities on the lock screen. Similar to Samsung's Now bar, OnePlus have also given a live activity capsule towards the bottom side. And this is how you get to see the applications in full screen. Though here Samsung do lacks on few things. For example, if I have to open the timer in full screen, even after tapping, it just appears in this, a small preview over there. But if I tap it here on OxygenOS 16.1, it covers the entire screen, and you can see even with the always on display, you'll be able to see the live activity. For example, here timer is running, and now if I enable or the phone goes to full screen always on display, this is how it will appear, and the timer doesn't stop. So you have all the details present on the lock screen itself. I mean the always on display. But if you talk about the music player, so I would say the music player also looks a lot better now on OnePlus smartphones. Though with 9.0, they have introduced this colorful wave effect on the progress bar. On OnePlus smartphone, we have a basic progress bar, and OnePlus will also be adding the lyrics feature with the upcoming updates on their OnePlus smartphones, either with upcoming builds or with OxygenOS 17. And if you take a look at the animations here on OnePlus, they are super smooth and we don't see any kind of issues. Here on Samsung devices, you cannot switch between the applications like this just by tapping on the live activity bar. On Samsung, to remove this, you have to tap here on the empty space, and to switch between different applications, you have to swipe like this. OnePlus also lets you swipe left or right to switch between different applications. And if you see the animations, or you can say transition, they are super smooth over here too. Also, OnePlus will be adding the support of maps here on the full screen always on display, which is currently not being added, but yes, we have seen in some internal builds that feature is also coming, like the the navigation will appear here in this live activity capsule, and once you tap on it, the entire map will be present here for the full screen always on display, and without waking up the device, you can easily navigate directly from the full screen always on display. But sadly, still OnePlus doesn't give the option to customize the device directly from the lock screen, wherein this was already there on the Samsung's One UI. You just have to long press on the lock screen, unlock your device, and the customization section pops up. See, while talking about the customization options, OnePlus do provide you a lot of customization options, and I would say they are slightly better compared to Samsung's stock customization options. Though there are some additional features, what you'll see here on One UI 9, one of them is the support of weather effect. So depending on the weather, you'll see that effect on the lock screen or the home screen. This thing you cannot find it on OnePlus smartphones, but OnePlus smartphones do have some other useful things. Like depending on the wallpaper, you can get the text. For example, here it says never settle, and if I tap on this icon, using AI, depending on the wallpaper present, the text will be automatically generated. And sadly, still with Samsung's One UI 9, we did not get that depth effect on Samsung smartphones. I personally feel which should have been added at least with One UI 9. So here on Samsung's One UI 9, Samsung still haven't given the option of depth effect. Though there are third-party applications using which you can bring the depth effect on your devices, but we are talking about the stock experience. And here I personally like this clock which automatically adjusts depending on the wallpaper you are using. So if I expand this wallpaper, you can see the clock also expands, and if I squeeze or if I take it towards the left hand side, depending on that particular wallpaper, the clock automatically adjusts the shape. Here on OnePlus smartphones, we don't have that option, but on both the OS, we do have this thing like you can drag the wallpaper towards the bottom side and the device will automatically generate the background of the top area. On this device, you have to drag with single finger. On OnePlus, you have to drag using two fingers, and you can see the area automatically gets generated depending on your wallpaper. Samsung also have some interesting wallpaper options, like few here in the graphical section, and these wallpapers respond to your touch. You can see over here, similar way you can find other wallpapers reacting to your touch. And additionally on Samsung, you do have this creative tool, I mean the Creative Studio, where you can generate amazing wallpapers just by drawing. Now talking about the control center, I would say Samsung have done a very good job in terms of control center customizations. Now you can resize almost every tile, including the media player, volume slider, brightness slider, and it's not like you can just increase or decrease the shape in one angle. You can do both horizontally and vertically. Now they have also separated these dark mode tile and the sound tile, which were combined before. On OnePlus, we don't get much of customization options. We have some limited options, like you can see a box towards the top side. So whenever you drag and drop any tile over here, it adapts to shape of 2:1. These are the only customizations you can do here on OnePlus smartphones. So in terms of control center customization, Samsung is a way ahead. OnePlus do offer few things like you can have the multicolor options in the tiles. That's not the case here on Samsung's One UI. Here you can see we have an option where you can select system color or multicolor options. One amazing thing which recently OnePlus have added, and that's the contour glow effect, which you get to see here on the control center and even on the notification panel. There's a slight glow effect around the corners, which gives kind of liquid glass design vibes. Here on Samsung's One UI 9, we don't get to see such options. But the transparency, or you can say the blur effect, is a lot better on OxygenOS 16.1 compared to One UI 9. And if you take a look at the transition, or you can say animation, while pulling down the control center or the notification panel, here I would say OnePlus is doing really well in terms of animation part, even in the control center or notification panel. Now talking about the home screen customization, here I would say Samsung still needs to do a lot of things. Like if you take a look at the OnePlus home screen customizations, OnePlus lets you change the size of individual applications, and which also lets you add a shortcut. So for camera, if I increase the size, I get two options wherein I can add things like portrait, video or master. And if I increase it more, we get three options to add the shortcuts. So that's not the case here on Samsung's One UI 9. Along with that, OnePlus have also added an amazing feature which lets you organize your home screen. So long pressing on the home screen, you get an option to organize where you have two different categories. One is organizing by category and second one is organizing by colors. And the last option what we have here is the layout history. So here, whatever the layout which you have saved before, those layouts will appear. So whenever you require any different layout, with a single tap, you can just tap on that layout and your home screen will be properly organized. If you're using the first option, AI will analyze your home screen, and depending on the applications present on your home screen, it will automatically create categories. Second option is by color. So here AI segregates the home screen based on the app color. You can see on this page we have the applications with red colors, then slight brownish shade, green, and here mostly the red color applications. I mean the app icons consisting of red color. So in terms of home screen, I would say Samsung actually needs to work, and I hope with the upcoming beta builds, Samsung gives some options to customize the home screen too. Even if you take a look at the app drawer, here also OnePlus have given an additional option where you can search the applications by the colors. See, most of us remember the app with the app icon color. Now let me give you an example. So just imagine I have to use the Twitter application which is in black color. I tap here and with a single click I can find that particular application. So it's a small feature but a very useful one. Recently Samsung also added a new privacy feature. For example, if you have opened up map application, I'll open up on both the devices, and if I start navigating on Samsung, towards the right hand side you can see a bluish icon, and if I open up the control center, in the status bar you have an blue icon with the logo of maps. That's not the thing here on OnePlus smartphones, but with apps like camera you do get to see that green icon, and if you pull down the control center or notification panel, in the status bar you'll see the camera app being used. But one thing which I liked here on OxygenOS 16, and that's the support of map application in the live capsule form. So for example, if you're traveling somewhere and if you're using some other application, you'll see the navigation directly in the live capsule form. This is how it looks. So instead of opening the map application all the time, I would say this is a better implementation here on OnePlus smartphone, or you can say OxygenOS 16.1. On One UI 9, you'll see that thing here in the status bar, but you won't see things like head south and other navigations. So I would say OnePlus have done really good over here when it comes to live capsules. With One UI 9.0, Samsung also added this feature called tape. So for example, if you have any text and you don't want to show some particular text, you can just use that tape option, select pattern and tape on that particular text. A small add-on but a useful one. And Samsung also updates their gaming mode with the One UI 9.0 update. And directly inside the game, you can choose between performance, balance, battery saver mode, along with things like bypass charging, which wasn't the case before. But here OnePlus do have an advantage when it comes to things like bypass charging, because now bypass charging also supports while using any application instead of limited to only games. So you just have to plug in the charger, enable bypass charging, and it doesn't matter if you're playing game using your device normally, bypass charging will start working, which will avoid overheating of the device and battery degrade. That thing can't be done here on One UI 9.0. Also talking about the battery, in 16.1, now inside the battery usage by app, you'll also be able to see usage of the personal hotspot. I've not used personal hotspot on my device till now, but if you use, that will be shown here with the timing, how long it has been used. Setting page is kind of similar without description on both the devices. Previously on Samsung, we used to see description, but now that have been removed, similar to what we see here on OnePlus smartphone. On OnePlus smartphone, you still get to see which Wi-Fi or Bluetooth your device is connected directly from the settings page without going inside. That's not the case here on One UI 9. In terms of AI features, I would say Samsung is a lot better compared to OnePlus AI. One advantage is you can use on-device AI. See, you won't get all the features, but yes, at least you can do that. But while talking about things like AI Eraser, AI Writer, AI Summary, I can confirm that Samsung does quite a good job here compared to OnePlus smartphones. But one thing which I really liked here while talking about the AI services on OnePlus smartphone, and that's the AI Translate feature. So for example, if you're traveling to a different country and you see a menu with their own regional language, you can use the AI Translate feature on your OnePlus smartphone to convert that menu into your selected language. And it's not only about, converting the text, AI will also generate the image dishes. And later on you have an option to, show it to staff to make an order. So very useful thing, and it can also be used offline. You just have to download an offline package. Once done, you are good to go. You can use your device even if there is no internet. Another very useful feature on OnePlus smartphone is the Mind Space, which we don't get to see here on Samsung. Basically, this feature lets you organize almost everything. Like if you have any upcoming match, just take a screenshot. On devices without plus key, you can use 3-finger swipe up gesture, and the AI will automatically capture the data present on the screen and accordingly provide you AI summary, and it will also ask you to add remark, and if it's any ticket or if you're traveling somewhere, your itinerary, everything will be properly segregated, and you can add that to calendar too, so that you don't miss out your travel date. Another amazing feature on OnePlus smartphones is the document scanner. See, it was already there, but it is an upgraded one on OnePlus smartphones, and it is quite fast, guys. You can use AI over here to extract the text or even the tables if present in that particular image. You can remove shadows, remove glare, and even you can unblur. Those things are not present here on One UI 9.0. Later on, you can share it as a PDF or even images. And with 16.1, it's very fast compared to previous versions. So guys, this was a comparison between One UI 9 with that of OxygenOS 16.1. See, Samsung's One UI 9 did not improve much like how we have seen OxygenOS 16 evolving. Other than AI features, I would say everything is better on OxygenOS 16.1. But you guys still let me know in the comment section below, according to you guys, which OS is superior. And guys, please do not include good luck. If you have any kind of questions, drop them in the comment section below. This is your friend Ashok signing out. See you guys in the next video.
Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still